Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and I'm back. I'm back. You're back. It's time to start talking about Celtic once again. My trip to Philadelphia was a roaring success, so time to put it in the past and get back to what's important. We have a very exciting title battle coming up, and we need to be here every day for it. So, without any further ado, let's talk about it. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. You might notice a big difference in the terms of video today because I'm not usually as zoomed out as this. I don't feel like you usually see as much as this. I took my camera to Philadelphia with me so I could film some clips at WrestleMania and whatnot on a good quality camera, and I had to change the settings. I have no idea how to change it back to the way that I had it in the first place for my normal day-to-day videos. So until I figure that out, you're probably going to see me in this sort of scape. Let me know what you think. I actually don't think it looks that bad. I actually quite like it. So if it's okay, then let me know. But it's nice to be back. Like and subscribe. Daily content should be returning as of today. We're going to try and talk about that derby a little bit tonight on the channel. If you're watching this before the stream, we're going to go live at 7:30 to try and discuss all of that in more depth. Today we're going to go through what's in the news, so bear with me. So, of course, it's been a busy week in the Scottish Premiership, a busy few days following that derby at Ibrox this past Sunday. A 3-3 draw for Celtic, which kept them top of the table leaving that game, and it might not have been the case, because Rangers had the chance to go top if they beat Dundee midweek, and well, that game was called off. Here was the story, the headlines, as you all know. The game at Dens Park called off due to the condition of the pitch. It has now been rescheduled. It will get played on April 17th, another midweek fixture. Well, we hope it will get played April 17th, or at least Rangers fans will hope that it gets played. It's a whole mess, a whole disaster with the park at Dens Park. The pitch there is in no condition to play football. That's twice now the game has been called off. God knows what's going to happen with it. It means that this is the league table as it currently stands. As you can see, Celtic still top by a point. We're just waiting to find out what the fate of that game is and how it kind of brings in implications for the split fixtures and what Celtic need to do to try and win a league title. The good thing is that draw at Ibrox has kept us well within grasp of winning the league. We just need to do the job at Celtic Park against Rangers, and in every other game. We win every game, we win the league. But obviously that's a tall task considering how this season has gone, so we're just going to have to wait and see. As for Rangers, a bit hit and miss at the minute with this game. We don't know whether or not it's going to get played or no, so keep your eyes out for it, I suppose. But as it stands, Celtic top of the table. So as I said, we're going to talk about the derby in more depth later on tonight when I live stream for the first time in about a week or so. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but not the worst result in the world. It's just a pain when you consider how we ended up leaving Ibrox with that result, considering we were 2-0 up. We were then 3-2 up with not long left in the game. It's just very frustrating. If you offered me a draw before kick-off, I probably would have took it. I would have probably been like, yep, you know what? Much better than a loss. Keeps us within touching distance of going top of the table should we beat them at Celtic Park. I would have been happy with it, but the fact that we did lose in the end, or sorry, we did draw in the end after being in that great position, it almost does feel like a loss. So very frustrating on that part. We did play well. There was moments in the game where I thought we looked really good, and if you play like we did in that first half, then we will have no problem at Celtic Park. But the problem was second half, after they got the penalty, the game changed and we didn't look good enough. So yeah, we did have moments where we played well, but we need to extend that over 90 minutes at Celtic Park to really put our hands on that trophy come the end of the season. But there's got to be an exciting split. We've got St Mirren this weekend. It's a game at a time. There's no point in thinking about that derby quite yet because, you know, we drop points against St Mirren at the weekend or any other game, then it might mean nothing. So yeah, a big few games coming up for Celtic, starting with St Mirren this weekend. And we've got a little bit of an insight as to what the team may look like heading into that game against them on Saturday afternoon. So all credit to 20 Minute Tims for this post they put up on Twitter earlier today. As you can see, no Dyson Maeda was featured in training at Lennoxtown this afternoon or this morning. Callum McGregor took part in a a kind of half training session, if you like. He wasn't there for the full thing, but Cameron Carter-Vickers, Rio Hatate and Luis Palma all took part in full training. So I think the main takeaways from that is we await on the update with Dyson Maeda from Brendan Rodgers. He'll be speaking to the press tomorrow, so don't know what's quite happening there yet, but we'll soon know. Callum McGregor, not quite back to full fitness yet. He did obviously come on against Rangers at the weekend, but not quite back to 100%. Will he be back in time to start on Saturday? Is he ready for that? We don't know. Once again, we'll hear what Brendan Rodgers has to say tomorrow. But the positives is Cameron Carter-Vickers and Rio Hatate both being back to full fitness, both taking part in full training sessions. Of course, they've played the last couple of games anyway, but the fact that there's no it doesn't look as though they're taking it easy on them. They're right into the thick of things for this very gruelling part of the season that's coming up. You need these guys at full fitness. You need them to be able to play 90 minutes. So the fact that they're playing full training sessions is great. And then you've got the added bonus of Luis Palma as well, who should be returning to action very, very soon. Especially if Dyson Maeda does end up out in the sidelines for any reason, or for any length of time. The fact that you've got Luis Palma ready to come in and substitute for his place, that's handy. But I hope that there's nothing wrong with Dyson Maeda. I hope that it's precautionary that he's not took part in training today. And we're ready to go. We need a fully fit team from now till the end of the season to give this a good bash. And hopefully Brendan Rodgers provides us with some positive updates tomorrow. So it's a funny one because we've got so much to focus on that it feels like talking about the summer and transfers and the squad next season. It shouldn't even be in our minds at the minute. We should be focusing on this run-in to try and win the league title, to try and win the Scottish Cup. That should be the priority of not just the team but the fans as well. However, you can't help it when stories come out, and I would be remiss if I weren't to mention the transfer rumours that are floating around on the internet right now. That's what I'm here for. That's the channel. I'm here to discuss, give opinions, and provide you with the updates in regards to players that apparently we are looking at. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, we heard that we were looking at a goalkeeper from over in the Dutch Eredivisie, Etienne Visson, who we were looking at, or Vissen, sorry, currently playing for Valvik in the Netherlands. Celtic were reportedly looking into him after an impressive season with the lower-end top-tier side in Holland. He's not the only goalkeeper we've been linked with. There was a story that broke today via the Daily Record. This was the headlines. Michael Zetterer, a concrete Celtic transfer target, and keeper has already dropped a major hint about a move. The article goes on to say there is reportedly concrete interest from Celtic and Werder Bremen keeper Michael Zetterer as the hunt for Joe Hart's replacement ramps up. So the second goalkeeper to be linked with us in recent weeks. We know that someone has to come in and replace Joe Hart, so it's not a surprise to see us linked with keepers. It kind of reinforces the point I made in the video about Etienne Visson, that we will probably get linked with umpteen keepers between now and the end of the season, but reportedly concrete interest here in the Werder Bremen shot stopper. Apparently dropped a hint about his future. We should look at that. So at the start of the season, Michael Zetterer was not Werder Bremen's first choice. Jiri Pavlenka was Werder Bremen's first choice. He has been for a number of years. Great keeper, Jiri Pavlenka. But with injury comes opportunity, and Michael Zetterer has stepped up to the plate. He's been very good for them. He's held down that spot as number one choice since October of this season. However, his contract expires in 2025, the summer of 2025, so just over a year left on that deal, and it doesn't look as though it's been easy for Werder Bremen to tie him down to a new one. This was a comment which was featured in the Daily Record article. The report puts Celtic front and centre as the interest becomes more concrete, and the keeper is growing hesitant to accept a new deal, looking increasingly likely to move. Speaking last month about a potential transfer, he certainly ruled nothing out, saying simply, "I'm an athlete and very ambitious, so let's see." So it looks as though Michael Zetterer has a move on his mind. Celtic being one of the teams interested in him. Could he be the replacement for Joe Hart? Who knows? But it doesn't look as though he's keen to sign a contract anytime soon to remain at Werder Bremen, so he's a name to watch out for as the months go by. Werder Bremen having quite an average season in the Bundesliga. Just for reference, this is the table, sitting 12th currently, in Germany's top flight. Kind of an up and down team, as we know. Werder Bremen can be great one year, can be very poor next year, can be getting relegated, promoted, up and down, as a lot of the teams in Germany do. But he doesn't look bad, and he's held that place over Jiri Pavlenka for a reason. And listen, Pavlenka's always been a good keeper. He's someone I've always liked over in the top flight of Germany. So if he's keeping him out the side and he's holding down that place, he must be doing something right. So he is a name to keep watch for. And, you know, with a year left on his deal, might provide an option for the Celtic board that they are fans of, one that the price is ramped down. Yeah, wouldn't be shocked. It's not the only transfer talk that has been going on since I've been away in Philadelphia. Last week we touched on the interest of Edward Spertzian, who has been looked at by Celtic apparently. He's also being looked at by other big clubs around Europe, but his name has been floated with Celtic, so there's one to keep an eye on. Another, Fotis Ioannidis, Panathinaikos player over in the Greek Super League, apparently being looked at, a striker who has been having quite a good season, being linked with Celtic over in Greece. And finally, Matthias Kvistgaarden, a name that we are certainly not unfamiliar with. We're very familiar with. He has been linked once again with Celtic. His name is popping up in the tabloids and such. Apparently, it looks as though Brøndby are ready to accept he might move in the summer. Will Celtic still be interested, considering the price tag that was floated around with his name? I don't know. But there's 3 names there to look out for over the next few months. As always, I'll tell you this. I'm not in the know. I couldn't tell you if any of them are a go for Joe or no going to happen. I don't know. But just names for talking's sake, you can look at, go and do your research. And listen, if anything more concrete comes out about, you know, Kvistgaarden, Ioannidis, or Spertzian, or any of these goalkeepers we've spoke about, I'll be right here to provide you with full updates and scouting reports on them. So bear with me when more news comes out. Right, that does it, I think, for this video today. I wanted to keep it quite short because I plan on doing a lot of my talking tonight on the live stream. So make sure to tune in about 7:30 this evening, and we'll kind of break down everything from the derby and Sunday. Look forward to St Mirren a little bit, talk about these rumours and transfer links a bit more. Yeah, we'll be on there tonight, so check it out. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time.